Okay, so the hardest part of, I'd say, this position is being comfortable rolling backwards. Okay, you can't be hesitant with it, and especially the top person. The mats are for falling. Okay, it's when you're super careful or you're afraid is when somebody's going to get hurt. So trust your partner, and the most important thing for the top person is tuck your head. It's just like a forward roll. For the bottom person, it's a backward roll. Okay.
Just for the record, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. So grip options for this sweep can be sleeves. I prefer behind the elbows. Reason is with sleeve grips, I give him the option to control my sleeves. Okay. At least with this, he's committed to the grips he has, whether it's here and standing up. Okay. So one thing too is if I just cross my legs and I control, go ahead, and he stands up, you can see how easy it is. Okay. So one little trick I like to do is instead of just pinching, is I drive my heels to the mat. Now I make his hips heavy. So now stand up. You can see now it forces his weight forward. Okay, so that's what I want. So once I get these grips and I pinch as he starts to stand up, right away my feet go inside his hips. So the reason for these grips is to open his elbows up. Okay, and that's going to help him roll forward. If you think about it, it's like putting a big hat on. Okay, that's the idea. So go back real quick. So the more I can get his weight to come forward, the easier it is to drop my feet into his hips. Okay, so it's nice and easy and controlled. I want to open up and roll. The good thing about it is you end up in a nice high mount because of your grips on the elbow. Okay, so just above the elbows here and keep it nice and tight. So as soon as that second leg comes out, feet in the hips and open. And now it's over the shoulder. One more. Remember this, all I'm doing is crossing and pinching my heels to the mat. Feet in and elevate. So knees to the chest, open the elbows up, and over your shoulder. So another little tip that kind of helps, go ahead, is when you put the feet on the hips, point your toes out. Okay, if I go here, now your tendency is to extend them over your head, and that's where the sideways fall comes. But if I keep my feet and my toes out, I can bring them in and then over. Okay, makes that roll a little less scary and dangerous. All right, so same setup. Okay, we're going to keep our grips. Go ahead. Right away. So I open, and as soon as I come up, I want to keep my sleeves and adjust to the S now. Okay. So as soon as my knees touch, I keep his elbows elevated and switch. Okay, what this is going to allow me to do is to sit back for the armbar. And it's optional what side, but I switch and adjust here. Good thing about controlling both arms is he's less likely to grab the bicep to defend. If I can get both here, he doesn't have that option. And then now I can just slide up and finish.
Is there any like tips or things we should be doing when we switch to the S mount?
Pressure.
Squeeze.
Yeah. So when you come up, one side always has to come up. If I go here, my weight is now this way. So if I slide up one side and then adjust, this is where I want to be. Knee behind the head and on the chest. Now I'm away from his hips, and he doesn't have a lot of movement. He can bump, bridge as much as he wants, but it's a bad position. And remember, when you guys sit your butt first so it's controlled. Because if I get here and I get excited, I do this, he's going to follow me right. So that's kind of why we do leapfrogs. And I sit. Pinch. And sit back. One more. Pivot. At this point here, I can use this hand for base or control the leg. Over and sit. Questions?